Hey, this is Jose with Freedom Mentoring, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to raise your level of consciousness so that you can attract more wealth into your life right now. Before we jump into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with everything new. And if anything resonates at all, share this with someone and tell them to subscribe to the channel too. So let's just crack right into this. Now, in order to understand how to raise that level of consciousness so that you can attract more wealth, I want you to understand what I mean by wealth in the first place, okay? A lot of people, when they hear the word wealth, they immediately associate that with money, okay? And so I do as well, okay? But I think the word wealth goes into so many other facets in your life. And so it not only does it include money, but it also includes the wealth of experiences and adventure and the level of fulfillment that you feel, the health and fitness that you have and your level of health and fitness, the spiritual connection with yourself, the connection you have with other people, the love you share with other people. So it's not just about finances, it's also about every other area of life. And when you raise your consciousness, you actually begin to attract these things way easier. It's a lot more simple because it just becomes the byproduct of the type of person you are. And this is something I really love to coach into people because not only did this hold me back as well, but I'm a huge advocate for what the hell is the point in doing all of this personal growth and all of this work on yourself if you're not realistically living a high quality life now, right? Not 5 years in the future, not 20 years into the future. I mean like right now. And people really crave this because I've ran into, almost every single day I run into someone who's been into personal development for a decade or more, and yet they're still not making as much money as they want. They still don't have their dream partner. They're still not doing exactly what they want. And it really is tragic. And a lot of times if you just worked on your spiritual connection with yourself and you did so in a way that actually brought you better results, that would make you so much more fulfilled than anything else, okay? And so in order to cultivate that spiritual connection with yourself and raise your level of consciousness and really emanate this super attractive energy that people are just bound to, right? People are just magnetized to, you have to understand what goes into that, okay? And so you can view like your current level of energy and where you want to go, almost view it like a ladder, okay? And so at the bottom of that ladder is where you are now at your energetic level. And then at the top of that ladder is where you want to be. And this is the version of yourself that is completely abundant, okay? This is the version of you that has everything you've ever wanted and can go out and achieve whatever you want from a level of genius and creative alignment with the real version of you, okay? This is like the true version of you, okay? And that space in between, that gap, the reason people don't ever actually make that leap or ever actually start to climb that ladder is because it's very uncomfortable, right? There's a lot of uncertainty associated with stepping out of that current paradigm and out of that current energy level, okay? And what happens is because you're at a lower energy level, stepping out of that creates a sense of almost like you're killing your old self, if you will. It's like you're killing the ego. And even if your current reality, your current paradigm doesn't serve you, like let's say you self-sabotage or procrastinate a lot, and you might be very conscious of it and you might desire to elevate your consciousness, but that the real gap and the real experience of stepping out of that paradigm, out of that lower level paradigm is so uncomfortable that people don't ever actually persist past it, okay? And so this is exactly the type of person that does all of this personal development for years and years on end, but nothing ever actually clicks. They don't actually start to live with complete abundance and with complete confidence. And that gap is there's just so much uncertainty associated with that. People just like, they might like pretend that they're doing better. They might say that, yeah, I've done so much work on myself. But most of the time when you ask someone, hey, like, how do you actually feel about these things? You know, take a sobering, objective look in the mirror and let's see where you really are at in life, okay? Because one of the harsh truths about our reality is that your results are a direct reflection of how you feel on the inside, okay? Your results, the outcomes you get in your life consistently over time are a direct reflection of how you feel and the level of energy you are radiating into the world. The world is a reflection of how you feel on the inside and the energy you have on the inside. And so a person with a high level of consciousness, a high energetic vibration, usually also has plenty of money to go around. They're completely abundant in that department. Their health and fitness is in check, okay? Because it's really difficult, it's almost impossible to have a high level of consciousness with poor health. Actually, it is impossible, right? You have to have good health in order to actually step into those higher paradigms and higher levels of consciousness. They usually have really toxic and disharmonious relationships with people, okay? And the person who does do the work and does navigate the uncertainty and does step into that version of themselves that is completely unbound naturally attracts the high quality things in life, okay? And so I always ask people when I'm very, very direct with them, like, how are we actually doing in your life? Because one of the biggest things about personal development is that because you're doing all this work on yourself and you're improving, you almost get infatuated with like the actual process of improving and not the practical application of these things to really increase your quality of life. Okay, again, remember, I'm a huge advocate for what's the point in doing all this personal growth if you're not actually living a higher quality life? And so take a cold, hard look in the mirror. Be really honest with yourself. Are you doing exactly what you want? And at the very least, are you on the path to doing that? Are you still working a job you hate? Why? Why are you still doing these things? Why are you still spending time with people that don't align with who you really are? Is it because you have a history with them? Is it because you think you owe them something because they've been your friend for so long? You know, I'm not the type of person that's like, cut everybody off. Like, I don't really think in terms like that. Like, I think if people are trying their best and, you know, at the very least, they're not creating distraction for you, that's fine. Keep them in your life. But a common past does not equal a common future. Okay. And when you begin to elevate your consciousness, when you begin to align with the person you really are, you'll also understand that like by you keeping people in your life, not just romantic partners, but also like friends and family, by keeping people in your life that don't align at all with your vision or your trajectory, you're actually holding yourself back and you're also holding them back as well, right? And also keep in mind that like once you enter in these higher levels of consciousness, all ships rise with the tide as well, right? All ships rise with the tide. And what I mean by that is the people around you will start to step up and step out of their comfort zone as well, right? That this is what's kind of going on in the world right now, that people are having like these, you know, the societal paradigm shifts into more wealth and into more abundance, okay? And so in order for you to actually manifest those things a lot quicker, a lot sooner now, it does take a level of honesty to look yourself dead in the mirror and say, yeah, you know what? I'm actually not doing what I want. You know, I've been doing all this work on myself and I feel like kind of better, but on a deeper level, I feel like I'm kidding myself. I feel like I'm only getting about 20% of my actual potential. And I know that I can do so much more, but something's just not clicking. And I'm telling you right now, one of the things that you can directly start to work on and really cultivate is that relationship with the real you, okay? Not the affirmations, not the you that you think you need to be in order to attract what you want, the real you, exactly how you feel in this moment. And it's in that acknowledgement that you can begin to let go of all of the behaviors and all the mindsets and all of the emotions that are keeping you held down, that are dampening your ability to attract and magnetize the wealth that you want. And hopefully that makes sense, because again, what most people will do in their life is they'll go after the money, they'll go after the love, they'll go after like, you know, looking cool, and they'll go work for a company that they hate. They'll spend time with people that they don't really like that much, and they'll kind of live this mediocre lifestyle just getting by, and 40 and 50 years of their life will go by, and then they'll be on their deathbed, and then they'll be thinking about, man, if only I had just like done this, or if only I had done that. No, like do it now, like do it now. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. Start to work on this right now, and the work, I say it's the work is navigating that uncertainty, because in acknowledging some of these emotions and in being honest with yourself, it's going to bring up a rush, it's going to bring up a flurry of pain, okay? And it's in letting go of that pain, whatever it looks like for you, whether it's like rage, whether it's depression, whether it's sadness, it's in that pain that you really get to know the real you, okay? Because either way, by acknowledging that pain, that's the pain that you're in every single day, but you're just kind of shoving it deeper into the corner because you're focused on personal growth and development, and you're using these affirmations to kind of like make yourself feel good temporarily, but you're not actually making real progress, okay? And so if you've been working on yourself for a long time and you're still not living the life that you want, like raise your level of consciousness first, right? Become a person who's operating out of genius and from a level of true authenticity to who they really are. And you do so by bridging this gap. And when you bridge that gap, you navigate the uncertainty, you persist past whatever uncomfortable situation that might look like. And then you'll find that you begin to think and feel and act as the version of you that has everything you've ever wanted, that is completely abundant, that does attract tons and tons of wealth, tons of love, tons of self-love, tons of amazing friends and quality experiences that really make life worth it and fulfilling, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And this is a call to action for you to really turn inward, okay? Turn inward, because your direct results and your direct reality are a reflection of how you think and feel on the inside already. And if you're not doing exactly what you want, or at least on the path there, I would reckon that there's something internally that you're not living in alignment with that highest version of yourself, okay? So cultivate deeper consciousness, understand yourself at a very deep level, raise your energetic vibration, and begin to live as the real you. That's it for me now. If anything resonated at all in this video, go ahead and drop a comment, ask me a question. Feel free to DM me on Instagram or on Facebook. I love interacting with you guys, and the more that you guys begin to raise your elevation and raise your energy, so does everyone else around you. So let's all work together to get that done, okay? That's it. Peace out. I'll talk to you later.